The British Empire was one of the largest empires in history. It spanned the globe, covering a quarter of the Earth's landmass. Millions of people lived under British rule. The empire's impact is still felt today. The empire's rise was fueled by many factors. These included naval power, trade, and industrial might. Britain's powerful navy controlled the seas. This allowed the empire to expand its reach. The Industrial Revolution transformed Britain. It became the world's workshop. This economic power helped fund the empire's growth. Britain's influence spread through trade, diplomacy, and military force. The British Empire left a complex legacy. It brought both benefits and suffering. Understanding its rise and fall is crucial for understanding the world today. The British Empire's roots lie in the Age of Exploration, a period marked by daring voyages and the quest for new territories. European powers sought new trade routes to the east, driven by the desire for spices, silk, and other exotic goods. England, like other nations, sent explorers across the globe, hoping to expand their influence and wealth. These voyages led to the discovery of new lands and trade opportunities, opening up previously unknown parts of the world. Early English settlements emerged in North America and the Caribbean, establishing a foothold for future expansion. These colonies provided raw materials such as tobacco, sugar, and cotton, and served as markets for British manufactured goods. The East India Company was established in 1600, becoming a powerful entity in global trade. It gained trading rights in India, which allowed it to control a significant portion of the trade in the region. This marked the beginning of British influence in the East, which would grow over the next few centuries. Trade was central to the empire's growth, fueling its economy and expanding its reach. The triangular trade network connected Britain, Africa, and the Americas, creating a complex system of exchange. This system involved the exchange of goods, including slaves, which were transported under brutal conditions. The slave trade was a dark chapter in British history, marked by immense human suffering and exploitation. It had a devastating impact on Africa, tearing apart communities and causing long-lasting trauma. The early colonial ventures laid the foundation for the empire, setting the stage for future dominance. They established trade networks and territorial claims, which were crucial for the empire's expansion. These early successes fueled further expansion in the centuries that followed, leading to the vast British Empire we know from history. The Industrial Revolution began in Britain in the late 18th century. It transformed the country into an industrial powerhouse. New machines increased production, factories sprang up, and cities grew rapidly. Britain's industrial might fueled its imperial ambitions. The empire provided raw materials for factories. It also served as a market for manufactured goods. The demand for resources and markets drove further expansion. Technological advancements played a key role in the empire's growth. The steam engine revolutionized transportation. Steamships and trains facilitated trade and troop movements. The telegraph improved communication across vast distances. The phrase, "the sun never sets on the British Empire," became popular. It reflected the empire's global reach. British possessions spanned from the Americas to Asia and Africa. The British Royal Navy played a pivotal role in the empire's expansion and defence. Britain's naval superiority allowed it to control sea lanes. This ensured the safe passage of trade and troops. The Navy protected British interests around the world. It also enforced British policies such as the suppression of piracy. Naval power was crucial for maintaining control over distant colonies. Britain's naval dominance was evident in key battles. The defeat of the Spanish Armada in 1588 established England as a naval power. Victories over France in the 18th and 19th centuries solidified British supremacy at sea. Naval power was essential for projecting British power globally. It enabled the empire to control trade, suppress rivals, and maintain its vast overseas possessions. Section 5. The Jewel in the Crown. India and its significance. India was the most valuable possession of the British Empire, often referred to as the Jewel in the Crown. It was known as the Jewel in the Crown due to its immense wealth, abundant resources, and strategic importance in global trade. The East India Company gradually gained control over India, establishing a strong foothold in the region. India was a major source of raw materials, including cotton, tea, and spices, which were highly sought after in Europe. It also provided a huge market for British goods, making it an essential part of the British economy. The exploitation of India's resources contributed significantly to British wealth, fueling the Industrial Revolution and economic growth. British rule in India was characterized by both direct and indirect rule, with varying degrees of control over different regions. The British East India Company initially governed through local rulers, maintaining a facade of traditional authority. After the Sepoy Mutiny of 1857, India came under direct British Crown rule, marking a new era of colonial governance. India played a crucial role in the British Empire's economy and global standing, serving as a key hub in their trade network. However, British rule in India was also marked by exploitation, cultural suppression and resistance, leading to a long struggle for independence. Section 6. Cracks in the facade, growing resistance and nationalism. The British Empire faced growing resistance from within its colonies. People resented foreign rule and sought self-determination. Nationalist movements emerged, demanding independence. In India, the Indian National Congress led the struggle for independence. Mahatma Gandhi's non-violent resistance movement gained momentum. The demand for self-rule grew louder in the 20th century. In Africa, nationalist leaders emerged, challenging colonial rule. They demanded an end to exploitation and discrimination. The desire for independence spread across the continent. The British Empire's reliance on force to maintain control became increasingly unsustainable. The costs of suppressing rebellions and maintaining a vast empire were high. Section 7. Winds of change, post-war decline and independence movements. World War II weakened the British Empire. The war effort drained its resources and manpower. Britain emerged from the war victorious but exhausted. The war also fueled nationalist movements in the colonies. People who had fought for Britain questioned why they were denied freedom. The demand for independence intensified. India gained independence in 1947, followed by Pakistan. This marked a turning point in the decline of the British Empire. Other colonies soon followed suit, demanding and achieving their own independence. The British government recognized the changing global order. It adopted a policy of granting independence to its colonies. The empire was dismantled peacefully in most cases. Section 8. A world transformed, reactions and legacies of empire. The British Empire had a profound impact on the world, influencing countless aspects of life across continents. It left a legacy of both positive and negative consequences that continue to shape global affairs even today. The empire spread the English language, legal systems, and political ideas which have become deeply embedded in many societies. English common law became the basis for legal systems in many former colonies, influencing their judicial processes. Parliamentary democracy also took root in some countries, fostering new political landscapes. However, the empire also left a legacy of colonialism, marked by exploitation and resistance. The exploitation of resources and the suppression of local cultures caused lasting damage, affecting generations. The arbitrary drawing of borders led to conflicts in some regions, creating tensions that persist. The end of the British Empire contributed to the rise of new global powers, reshaping international dynamics. The United States and the Soviet Union emerged as superpowers, shaping the post-war world and influencing global politics for decades to come. Section 9. Echoes of the past, lingering impacts and modern perspectives. The legacy of the British Empire continues to be debated and re-evaluated. Historians and scholars grapple with the complexities of its impact. Some argue that the empire brought progress and modernization to its colonies. They point to infrastructure development, education systems, and the spread of technology. Others emphasize the negative aspects of colonialism, such as exploitation, racism, and cultural destruction. They argue that the empire's legacy continues to hinder development in former colonies. Modern perspectives on the British Empire are shaped by post-colonial studies and a greater awareness of the experiences of colonized people. Section 10 conclusion, a complex legacy. The British Empire was a complex and multifaceted phenomenon. Its rise and fall were shaped by a confluence of factors including exploration, trade, industrialization, and nationalism. The empire's legacy is equally complex. It left a lasting impact on the world, both positive and negative. Understanding its history is crucial for understanding the global order we live in today. The British Empire's story is a reminder of the interconnectedness of human history. It highlights the enduring consequences of colonialism and the ongoing struggle for equality and justice. The study of the British Empire continues to be relevant. It provides insights into the dynamics of power, the complexities of cultural exchange, and the enduring legacies of the past.